I've been waiting for you. I am Tessa-Marie and welcome to the Morning Blessings. Today is Wednesday, December 11, 2024, 7:59 a.m. and we are ready for the Morning Blessings. So how are you doing? Good morning, nephew. How are you feeling this morning? What's the weather like over there? It is good morning, Ryan. How are you feeling this morning? Hello, Lisa, and how are you feeling this morning? I've been waiting for you guys. It's the Morning Blessings, and I come early, so I can wait to see you. Good morning, everyone. I want to pin you. Good morning, everyone. Stacy's celebrating her son's birthday today, and he's 16, her second son. So she said, I have to go take him to breakfast. And we all know how we feel about our children when we have to do something for them. So, hello, Rosita, darling. How are you? Long time no see. How are you feeling this morning? I've been waiting for you guys. So, hi, Nancy. How is it going in Wisconsin and Colin in Ajax? How are you, Whitby? How are you guys doing? So, and we have a lovely set of people, and it's 8 o'clock. And every time you have a horrible experience, somebody always says to you, oh, it's for your greatest good. And you look at them and you go, really? Is that what you think I'm having happening to me right now? No, it's not for my greatest good. This is terrible. But experiences comes in layers. They do not only come and that's the experience. A challenge comes in layers. And we have words we use. And I remember teaching that to Ryan, Rosita, I would say those words, Belinda, those words, Colin, I said those words, you can't use those words. And thank you. So my glasses it's made from recycled products found in the ocean in Australia. And it's called Dresden, and it's flexible, and you change the frames and you change the arms, and they have it's a fascinating pair of glasses. I love things that are different. You know that. So when we look at our challenges, and we use words like, I'm struggling. Tessa-Marie, I remember that. I'm struggling. And I'm saying, no, you're not struggling. And they go, yeah, you don't understand. But it's not a struggle, though. Rosita, it didn't last forever, did it? Colin, it didn't last forever, did it? Ryan, it didn't last forever, did it? So it's not a struggle. Was it a struggle? No. It was a challenge. But we are not taught to use that word. Yet the word is in every historical book we read or something. The word challenge comes up. But instead of switching it to challenge, we say, I'm struggling with this. You're not. A struggle, the minute you use that word, your attitude just goes way down there. There's no hope for me. I'm struggling. You're not struggling. You're being challenged and you have a chance to win. And that is what it is. Many of those experiences, it is for our greatest good. And sometimes we look at it and that's right, it didn't. No, it cannot. It only does if you say yes. If you say that's it. If you give up the struggle. Like there was a book I read when I was a young girl, and it was it talks about a frog. And he said he just gave up and he sank to the bottom and he drowned. That was, and I'm thinking, he gave up. He didn't try. The other one was in the same pail of milk, but he didn't give up. He kept paddling his little feet until the milk turned to butter, and then he jumped out. The thing is that when we have a challenge, sometimes the challenge is not of us, it's of those we love. The challenge is our family, our spouses and children, and we're looking at the challenge and we're thinking, I can fix it, but no, we can't. But we make it so hard on us. But there comes a time when you realize this is not working for you. Like yesterday, remember our topic yesterday? In our topic yesterday, it was, what does not inspire or enhance you, you have to let it go. But we weren't taught to do that. We were taught to say, you made your bed, lie down in it. You're in this horrible relationship, keep your ass there. You're this, do that. You said you wanted to stay there. But it's not like that. It doesn't work. We pick up our bags and we leave. Hello, Yuko. How are you feeling this morning? It's lovely to see you. And that goes for many things. And if you still want what you're experiencing and you want to modify it, you look for those experiences in it that will help you to shine, that will make the cream come up to the top, that you will do your best, because all of those experiences has a message, has something. Even at the end of it, when you decide it's not good enough for you, the job is not good, this relationship, the way you live, the doctor you're seeing, all of that. And you look at this situation and you go, you know what, this is not for me. When you come to that conclusion, it is important. I am at the gym feeling energized. Wonderful, Yuko. When you come to this important time of your life, when you look at it, no, what is in it for me? What am I going to get? At the end of the day, though, when you move from that challenge and you push that boulder away, or you climb under the rock, or you climb over the rock, or you became water and fluid, and you were just moving with the flow and watching an opportunity to change your place and go somewhere else. And when you got that opportunity, you look at yourself and you go, I did this. I went through that and I came out okay. But during that time, the first person like me that will say to you, you know what, just hold on. You're going to come out better than that. No, Tessa-Marie. You know, what are you talking about? It's not that easy. I know it's not easy, but challenges are not easy. Struggles, a death trap. When you use the word a struggle, I'm struggling with my weight, I'm struggling with my spouse, I'm struggling with my job, I'm struggling with this, I'm struggling with my children. You can never get out of it. Look at the word struggle. It has so many twists and turns. The S, the T has to go up. The G goes round and comes on the other side. Another G. It's like it's no ending to that word struggle. Good morning, Rosalind. How are you feeling this morning? So struggle has so many little twists and turns that it wraps you up. E, look at the E at the end. It's still hooking you. Look at challenge, though. C, H, A, L, L, E. How many? There's only two little hard times in it, and you know you can work it. That's why a challenge is doable. That's why the experiences you're having is sometimes for your greatest good. You need to find what is the message here. What am I to use from this to go to where I desire to go? Is it opening my eyes to see the recording froze? I can't help it. Instagram is in love with itself. And of course, you know, Wi-Fi can do whatever it wants to. There we go. So sorry, Rosalind, I apologize for Instagram and Wi-Fi's problem. So one of the things we have to remember is that the experience you're having now, the lack of funds, you didn't plan for Christmas spending, you didn't plan for other spendings, you didn't plan for a health crisis, you didn't plan for this, you weren't expecting your children to react that way. All of those, every single solitary one of them is happening outside of you. We pull it inside and we hold it like that. Hello, Rita. How are you feeling this morning? How is your granddaughter, your new granddaughter doing? And you take it and you pull that energy from outside of you and you take it and you put it inside of you. And you cannot see that there is greatness in the experiences. You do not see it because you're looking at it from the struggle part. All these twists and turns and struggles and no end. It starts with a twist and it ends with a twist. But when you look at it and you say, you know what? There's something I need to find in here. There is something I have to learn from this experience. And 10 years later, when you remember the experience, you will say to yourself, you know what? This is happening to me. Good morning, Loretta. How are you feeling this morning? I'll be waiting for you guys. You are saying to yourself, this happened for me to see the true picture, to see the true nature to realize that this person has no feelings for anything but themselves, to realize that this job really wasn't for me, to realize, yes, I can get off from a pile of debt, to realize it might have taken you a few years to succeed, to get what you're looking for, but it's the consistency of pedaling, always moving. Good morning, Peter. How are you feeling today? Welcome from Malaysia. So, when we are having a horrible experience, we have to realize that if we look at it as a struggle, it will be worse. But if we see there is a challenge, I can do this. There's a possibility I can win. What do I need to do? And that question keeps coming back. If you were me, what would you do now that you're facing this challenge? Never use the word struggle. It will bury you. It will keep you low down there, and nothing you can do to bring it now. It will, if you look back at the times when you said to yourself, you know what, I'm going to do something about this. I have to do something about this. I am just so fed up of it. That's challenging attitude. Instead of looking at it and saying, you know what, this is how it is. There is not much. That's how it is. I can't do a thing. I married that person. I'm stuck with them forever. They were my first love, my last love, my children, I stuck with them. But sometimes you have to look at them and say, you have a limit. Here's your time frame. I expect action in that time frame. And we have to make those kinds of choices. And even in a job, you have to stand in front of the mirror and you have to look at yourself and say, hey woman, hey man, what's wrong with you? Question yourself. Why do you keep doing the same thing, getting the same results and expecting a different result? What is wrong with you? It's not what is wrong with the person, the children, or the job, or the debt, or the weight. It has nothing wrong with those things. All of them are symptoms of we not deciding, hey, we can fix that shit. And the talk is not to somebody else. So when a friend says to you, this is happening for your greatest good, instead of telling them, really, are you out of your mind? Don't you see what I'm going through? Maybe just take greatest good and take a pen and paper, thanks Rosita, and write it down and see what you can get from greatest good and say, greatest good, show me what you're made of. Is that all you've got? Just those two words? What is my greatest good in this situation? And at the end of it, you might only get this. You know what you do not want. You know. This is not what you desire. Now you know. But all the time, you had excuses. You had veils. You were frightened. Oh, they will kill themselves. Oh, they will kill me. Oh, they will do this. Oh, I will never, they'll put me in jail for debt. Oh, they're going to take my house. Oh, they're going to do this. They don't love me. My wife doesn't love me. I cannot walk out with them. They cannot walk out with me. All of that. But ask it. What is this you experience? Our responsibility is to find the greater good in the experience. And to do that, you have to have a talk with it. You have to stand in front of that mirror. And if it's weight loss, you stand in the mirror and naked, no clothes on you or yourself and the mirror and say, okay, so that's how you want to be. Really? What it is you want? How do you feel carrying this weight around? How do you feel carrying this bag of debt around? Every time you get a paycheck, it goes to the debt before it goes to you. Our checking account at the bank, it was a joke. We called it ATS, Automatic Transfer Service. So you put the money in there, and before you could blink, it just goes boom, boom, boom. Everybody's taking their share. Nothing for you. So to control this, you go to your employer and you say, take 10% from my pay before you send it to me. And it takes minutes, seconds, nowadays, point and click. In the old days, it took me an hour, a whole lunch hour, to sit in front of a gray-haired old white lady and reams of papers to take $3.50 to save. Every 2 weeks. It wasn't every week, and it wasn't $350 every 2 weeks either. But I had to look at that experience. What was that? Without that root of $1.75 in savings weekly, there would be no me. There would be no food on the table for all of us. There would be no people. There would be no time to educate and to push and to prod and to demand better from the children. No, it couldn't. But we have to stand and survey ourselves. I love the word that somebody informed me does not exist, inflect. That's what I said. Well, then, I created a word. And you know me, I'm never shy of telling you what I did. Inflect. Go inside of you and ask, what is it that what am I going to come out of this? What's going to happen? So you come to me in 2012 and you have $87,000 of what I'm revolving debt. In 2012, I meet you for the first time. $87 worth of revolving debt. $87,000. That is the worst kind of debt we can have. A line of credit and a credit card. They are like a spiral that never lets you go. It's a snake. And what can I do with this? Tessa-Marie, she said to me. I said, well, you have a husband and 2 children and yourself. So let's break this thing down. It took them. Hold on. I'm going to give you how long it took them. The statements altogether told her to take 45 years to pay it off if she paid the minimum she was paying. But it was not nice. The experience was hard and challenging for them. It took 8 years. But during that 8 years, they went to 8 vacations they had never been before. Because all of a sudden, I showed her, what is that experience you're going through, the way I'm asking you to divest this money and do this and shop from the pantry, all of these things that you're not accustomed of doing. It gave you vacation number 1. She cried. On her way home from her first vacation since the honeymoon, 2 children later, she was crying. Her husband said, why are you crying? Do you realize this is the first time we're going away, and when we get home, we do not have to pay the bill? But it was challenging. And they did it. And they keep doing it. And they're still doing it. And they look at the debt and it's gone. They do not do it anymore because they know that experience was for their greatest good. It brought them to the point where they realized, I need to take something. I need to take a step. I need to fight through this. I need to do something about it. And that is why those experiences all have lessons for us to learn. The point is, it's truly, really only up to us and nobody else. Somebody had to take charge. And she was the only one to take charge. And when she does slip, she does a mistake. You know what she said to me when she made a mistake? She said, Tessa-Marie, I knew it was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. I just knew. I know that. I know better. I know, but I did it anyway. And now I am back to fixing it. So that doesn't mean because you stop taking the drink, you're not going to sleep one day and have one. Or smoke. Or you might not go into debt. But you are better. That experience made you better because you know what to do. She didn't have to come to me and ask for guidance because she got the tools. She knew what to do. So every experience you have to find what the greatest good is. And you have to put those 2 words starting with a G right there on a piece of paper. In your mind, in your psyche, while you're sweating at the gym, what this thing that's going on at home, what is the greatest good in it? This situation that's over here at work, what is the greatest good in it? I need to understand. Because when you find the reason, the greatest good, the purpose that you experience in this, the minute you do this, you will have the answer. I like that statement. And when people say it to me, I just look at them. I just look at them. You're telling somebody that has no financial experience or knowledge, pay yourself first. Really, fool? The person that says that to us, when they say that to somebody in a group, I look at them and I think, really? Well, pay myself first. Yeah, I heard you. How do I do that? If you want to give it to me, give me the advice. And that's what, if you know Rosalind, good. You got the advice. And I found out the bigger and the more powerful they are, they're all over the internet. Pay yourself first. You know how you pay yourself first? You take the income you make. You bring it down to an hourly rate. And then, the first hour you work every day, you aim to save that. That's paying yourself first. No, you have a propeller. You have a reason why you're working, why you're taking that shit from that manager, why you're doing this dirty job, why you're standing in high heels and you have a mop and mopping the floor of the bank because the roof is leaking. That reminds you, pay yourself first. That's why I'm doing it, because that hour I'm working, I came at 8, there's water on the floor, there's customers in the bank, that hour from 8 to 9, a phone in my hand and a mop and a bucket and a squeegee, and I'm doing this. You know what that was for? To pay myself first. So they don't tell you, naturally you cannot save $100. It is too much for you on that income a week, $20 an hour, 5 days a week, you cannot do it. Can you do 50? And you keep breaking it down. And I stood on the stage and I stood at the chalkboard and I stood at the whiteboard and I said, let's take it to what you can manage. But that is an experience. $25, can you do that a week? No, Tessa-Marie, $12.50, can you do that a week? And they're still looking at me for blank scale. Well, let's do $6.25. Let's do $3.13. And eventually we come to $1. $1.53, 56 cents. And they look at me and they say, are you crazy? What do that do? I said, well, I'm not crazy. This is my route. That's my journey. That's where I started. So the point of the whole thing, pay yourself first, is a very good thing. Show me how. Every challenge has something in it that is good for you. Hello, sister. How are you feeling this morning? You need the experience. So, the first, you have to be you. Why are you taking this? Why are you being insulted? In some cases, they make you feel terrible. They tell you you are at the bottom of the ladder. When you're trying to upgrade yourself and go on the first rung of the ladder, they kick you in the face and say, where are you going? You do not have it in you. You cannot be a financial planner. You don't have this in you. I was told that. And that was a horrible experience. But that didn't keep me back. I just drew the strength of making sure that every day of the year I studied for 1 hour for 18 months, 1 hour a day every day. Do the math. And I got distinction. And I passed it. And then when what you wish for somebody comes running at you, she called me and she said, can I have your notes? I had to breathe in. I couldn't give it to her because I had given it to somebody else. But she didn't remember. I could have rubbed her nose in it. But when the story came that everybody that worked in the bank had to have had to be a certified planner, she couldn't pass it. But she told me I didn't have it in me. Oh, yeah. So, you see, all your experiences, it doesn't matter what type of experience. Exactly, Rosita. And it got worse when I became a manager. She called me, can you hire my son? They don't remember. I would have hired a son because I do not ever want any of my children to go through that. But I couldn't. I was hiring from within. I was taking my $10 an hour security guard, Sajid Patel, and make him a teller. I moved him to a below a financial a planner. I put him in that role. Then he became a planner. Then he became a manager. Nowadays, he runs a team of 500 people on a mortgage sales force. He started at $10 an hour. So that's what we have to remember. You have a hand, give the hand. Pull somebody up the ladder with you. If I pick up the phone and I call Sajid in this second, 10 seconds later, Tessa-Marie, what do you want? What's going on? That's how he is. Because he remembered. When he couldn't tie his tie, he said to me, Tessa-Marie, I've never worn a tie. I said, well, then we have to go get a tie. So we went to the mall. I cannot tie a tie. I go, okay. I said to him, I can only tie an Oxford knot. He said, what's that? I said, never mind. I'll just tie it around your neck, take it off. That's what you do every morning. And then one day at lunchtime, he came and said, can you teach me how to do this tie? And teach me all the knots, you know. I wore a tie from 3 because that's the school I went to. You had a uniform and you had your little blue tie around your white blouse. So you had to learn to tie your tie. So the horrible experience I went through brought me right around, right to 180 to help somebody else. Remembering nobody would have given me the chance, or that lady didn't intend to. It was just pure luck that I was just so tenacious and I decided I'm going to do this. And when Brian would be sitting down watching somebody on TV and he said, have a seat with me, I said, are you crazy? I said, these people are being paid millions of dollars to talk this nonsense. I have a cup in my hand, a book this thick in my hand, and a bowl with raisins and cheese and almonds, and I'm on my way to go study in my office for an hour. And that it was not easy. But it was the experience to give me the joy that I can get a huge bonus. Without that, I would not have been getting 2 huge bonuses in June and January. I would still be wondering what to do. But the experiences you have when people try to keep you down, do not carry them with you. Move yourself. Be quiet though. Do not let the haters and the destroyers hear you. Be like a mouse. Smile and keep going. Smile and keep going. And if you have faith, pray like you're praying for life itself. If you have faith, go down on your knees and say, God, here I am. What are we going to do with me? And my responsibilities. Because you see, nobody's opening that door for you. You have to find a place to open that door. And every day, tenaciousness, Rosita, every day I'm tenacious. You know why? There are days when the alarm goes up, although by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I'm ready for bed. Not to sleep, but I'm relaxed. I did my nighttime practices. I'm waiting. I'm just going to. But when the alarm goes off at 4:15, I don't want to get up. The bed is warm. Yes. But I remember I have a responsibility. I chose to do this at 8 o'clock every morning. It takes me a long time to be me, meaning to dress, to do this. So I have to prepare. I have to do this. I go outside in the backyard and I commune with my God in the dark at 4:35 o'clock. And I say, Father God, here I am. What are your instructions for today? That's me. So by the time I do that, I have a cup of black coffee. I sit, I drink water. I'm drinking this water, that water. And I'm meditating. I'm praying. I'm guiding. I'm appreciating. Not so much praying as being grateful. I'm grateful for the very breath of life itself. A 78-year-old body is going to have an ache somewhere, right? I call them sensations. So you're letting me know you're not happy, are you? Sensations. So I am happy and grateful. I can feel the sensations through my body because they're not pleasant at all times. But I have to acknowledge that. I am grateful I can feel you. You know, I am grateful I know you're hurting. So this is what it is. Those experiences we are having, no matter what they are, if where you are, we said that yesterday, is not inspiring you or enhancing you to be the best you can be, you have to go. You have to let it go. If it is a habit, you have to do your best to let it go. And it's each experience we have is different. Even having children, as a female, the body reacts to this person differently than to the other person. And your experience cannot mimic somebody else's experience. It's your experience. Thank you, Rosita. If that message was received by you, I'm happy it was for you. Arigato. Thank you. Because every time we have an experience, there is no parallel to somebody else. General, yeah, but it's not in the details. So we have to remember that the details are in our own personal experience. And that is why, as horrible and as uncomfortable an experience is, we need to acknowledge and savor it. Yeah, savor the pain. So, okay, I got you. I see. I understand. That is all you do. You're savoring the discomfort. You ever see that you go down to pick something up and somehow you can't go all the way down? So what is wrong there? Maybe flexibility would be a little bit of fun thing to try to get more flexibility, but is it going to work? Or is it going to do that? It's going to be easy? No, it's not. But the result is you will be more flexible. And that is what this message is today. Every experience is for our greatest good, whether we see it at the time or not. But normally we see it when we are out of the experience. Our responsibility, though, is while we are having that experience, is to find the greater good in the experience. Just find the greater good. What did you do to cause this? What can you do to stop it? How can you go around it? What words can you stop using to master it? How are you thinking? Are you honoring the 4 agreements? You speak about yourself with impeccable and exquisite words. You keep your opinions of others to yourself. You refuse to make assumptions. You perhaps should ask questions. And the key to all of it, everything you do, do your best. And remember, your best is not going to match up with the best of the critics. They are not in the arena. Their faces are not marked by death, dust and sweat and blood. They will not understand this. So when they criticize and say, why did you do this? Remember, they have never done it. They're always going to sit amongst those that have never tried, and they will never understand or feel triumph or defeat. They won't know that because they have never stepped and do it because they were afraid. And all they saw was the experience was sour. They did not wait to see, okay, I came out better than I went in. Have a great day. How are you guys doing this morning? Nancy, Lisa, Colin, Rosita, Rita, Ryan, my nephew, Loretta, and Roslyn, Dawn, maybe her Instagram, her in Dominica, her wireless, whatever it is they have down there. Take off. So, see you guys. Where am I with this? So next week, this is my last week until January 6th. But I am posting, I'm posting every day. There'll be a post for Morning Blessing Post. And my son told me, well, you can go outside and do your morning blessing. And it's not cold. He said, because the heaters are on and it's all enclosed, so now you can sit there and do your morning blessings. Thank you, Rosita. Thank you so much. I appreciate and I'm grateful for you dropping by, each and every one of you too. So so maybe I might do a live here and there if I have the time from my busy vacation. I will be visiting 2 of you in, I think we're having lunch in Philly and Jersey with 2 of you ladies. So that should be fun. And then let's see how it goes. But anyway, we'll talk more about it. And if you're looking for a gift for your long lost friend who doesn't know, jump by and get one of those books. Give them something. Give them the gratitude journal. And because this is really important. Gratitude is what propels and changes lives. So have a great day, everybody. Love you. And Enjoy your vacation. Thank you. I'll see you before that, or I'll talk to you before that, Rita. Have a great day, everybody. And in the new year, I'm going to do, I said it yesterday, I forgot to say it today. In the new year, I have a new plan. We'll still have the morning blessings, but I will be doing, giving from people in their 20s to their 60s. Give them, this is what you do if you want to go here. And 4 or 5 things to be financially, it's all going to be on financial. 4 or 5 things you can do in your 20s, so when you are in your 60s, you have $1 million. And it's not impossible. So don't come looking at me and think, Tessa-Marie, nowadays you cannot do that. Yes, you can. You just have to know what to do. So I will do it for those in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s and 70s. So if you guys, I will do it maybe as a YouTube thing. We'll just talk about it. I'm not going to be, I'm giving you the pointers. I'm telling you this to do. Go do it. Stay on it. Let it grow. Watch that. What to do. How to diversify. What to tell your branch. What to tell your financial institution. Because they're not going to tell you. So you have to go there with some knowledge. So what I'm doing is giving you a ticket to get on the bus of financial prosperity. Have a great day. Love you. Bye-bye. Thanks, Rosita. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming.